A war between Israel and Iran is raging, but behind the missiles and headlines, a bigger danger is growing. Superpowers are watching, alliances are forming, and the world is starting to look like it did before the last world wars. Welcome to Zukkun Knows. 1. From local to global. Many people think this is just a fight between two countries, a local conflict in the Middle East. But that idea is wrong and dangerous, because both Israel and Iran are deeply connected to the rest of the world. And when they go to war, others are pulled closer too. Iran is part of an alliance that includes Syria, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and militias in Iraq and Yemen. Israel is backed by the United States and has strong ties to Europe. This is not an isolated fight. It's a conflict sitting in the middle of global fault lines. 2. Superpowers are watching. The U.S. gives Israel billions in military support every year. It shares intelligence, missile defense systems, and political backing. Russia, meanwhile, sells drones and weapons to Iran. China makes energy deals with Iran and often sides with it in the United Nations. These powers are not firing missiles yet, but they are circling. And if one of them steps too far, the others might follow. That's how world wars begin. Not by design, but by escalation. 3. Oil and chaos. 40% of the world's oil passes near Iran through the Strait of Hormuz. If missiles start flying there, oil tankers stop moving. Prices rise fast. Gas stations feel it. Shipping slows down. Inflation gets worse. In the 1970s, an oil embargo caused panic in America and Europe. Now imagine that with drones, missiles, and cyber attacks added. The Middle East's oil is not just a local resource, it's the fuel of the global economy. 4th, proxy expansion. Iran doesn't fight alone. Its allies, called proxies, are active across the region. Hezbollah fires rockets from Lebanon. Militias in Iraq threaten U.S. troops. In Yemen, Iran-backed Houthis have already launched missiles toward Israel. If these groups all act together, the war grows. Saudi Arabia might respond. Turkey might get pulled in, and suddenly a two-country war turns into a regional nightmare. 5. Nuclear fear. Israel has never confirmed it, but experts agree. It has nuclear weapons. Iran is enriching uranium, which is a step toward making a bomb. Why is this so scary? Because both sides fear annihilation. Israel's policy is clear. If its survival is at risk, it might strike first. And if a nuclear weapon is ever used, other powers, like Pakistan, India, or even North Korea, might see it as permission. This is not just about destruction. It's about a global chain reaction. 6. Cyber war. Modern wars are also fought with keyboards. Iran has hacked banks, power grids, and even water systems. Israel has used viruses like Stuxnet to attack nuclear programs. These cyber attacks don't stop at borders. They could hit Europe. They could knock out hospital systems in Asia. They could crash internet infrastructure. In the U.S. cyber war is silent, fast, and often invisible until something breaks. 7. Refugees and borders. War creates people with no homes. Already, thousands have fled parts of Iran and Israel. If fighting spreads to Syria or Lebanon, millions more could run. In 2015, the Syrian civil war caused a massive refugee crisis in Europe. Now leaders worry this could happen again, maybe worse. And when refugees move, borders close. Politics shift. Fear rises. War doesn't just cross borders, it breaks them. 8. Can the UN do anything? The United Nations is supposed to stop wars, but it's slow and often powerless. The Security Council includes the US, Russia, and China. If they disagree, which they often do, nothing happens. No ceasefire, no peacekeepers, just more statements and more bombs. If global powers can't agree, peace is left to luck. 9. Is World War III really possible? It sounds extreme. It sounds like science fiction, but history says otherwise. World War I began with one assassination. World War II began with one invasion. Today, it could begin with one missile, one attack on the wrong country, one leader making a fast, emotional decision. If enough countries take sides and take action, we cross a line we can't uncross. 10. What can we learn? This war didn't start big, but it could end that way, not because anyone wants it to, but because no one stops it in time. The lessons are clear. Don't assume you're safe because you're far away. Don't wait to care until it's too late. And don't forget, understanding is a kind of prevention. If this helped you think more deeply about global danger, subscribe for more insight from Zukkun Knows.